Hello, greetings and salutations, my artsy friends. How is everyone today? Holy tamale, I just finished my Bible journaling class, my first live private class. That was kind of crazy, but like the best kind of crazy, you know what I mean? Like so good. Hey Carmen, fancy meeting you here. So I am so excited to share today's artist. I know I say that every time, but you know, I love me some artists. Hey Jamie. So hey Gretchen. Hey Christine, how are you all? Good. I hope. I hope hey Laura. Let me take some Diet Coke. I am a little out of breath because I did try to run to the bathroom really quick in between. So let's talk about art journaling and today's artist. I'm super excited to share with you today's artist. But let's talk about the things that are happening in the world. Hi, Sherry. Ooh, which stamps did you get, Gretchen? Did you get the Funky Fossil Designs ones, or did you get the ones from Unity? Because no kidding, they were both released like within a week of each other. That was the craziest. That was the craziest. And I'll tell you another crazy thing. I was on English TV last week because they have a show that's not, it's like an HSN, but not, they don't sell everything. I think it's just crafty stuff, just artsy things. Hey, Beth. Oh, did you get both of them, Gretchen? Did you get the, Let's Get Merry and the Funky Flowers? I'm getting some fresh water. Because we're going to get painty Samoa. We are. So, you know. Hey, Linda, how are you? I'm having a little allergies or something all of a sudden. Yay, thank you, Gretchen. I can hardly wait to see what you make with them. I'm telling you, I'm so excited. So if you're brand new here, just know that every Saturday we do an art journaling class where we do an artist study. We study a new artist each week, and we are, and their art. And then we are inspired by that artist's style and medium, and then we create in our art journals with that same artist in mind. So that's every Saturday from noon until 1 Arizona time, I should say. Make sure I clarify that. And then on Tuesdays and Thursdays, either with my art printables that are available at Corbiere-Scott or my new stamps with Unity or Funky Fossils. We create together. We create cards together. We get painty and all the fun at 2 o'clock Arizona time, like 2 to 3. That's an hour. So if you are brand new here, if you would please follow me at Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. I just put some more videos up on YouTube, as a matter of fact, this week. At Corbiere-Scott Designs. I would greatly appreciate it if you followed me there. My art printables are at Corbiere-Scott-Designs.com. And then I have a private Facebook group that for this section of my business called Let's Get Artsy with Corbiere-Scott that anybody can join. Well, anybody who's anybody can join. And it's, one of the things is you do need to give me your email address, but all of these classes are free. My Bible journaling class, is for purchase, but this class, the Saturday class and the Tuesday class are both free. And the Thursday class, they're all free. And so, if you could give me your email address, that's kind of the price of admission. And that's a pretty good deal, I think. So I wanted to talk to you about today's artist. Today's artist is a Belgian artist, and his name is René Magritte. And his style, let's see, I'm going to move this big iPad and show you his art. As soon as I show you this picture, you're going to know exactly who he is. Are you ready? There, can you see that? Can everybody see that? So he was a surrealist artist, born in 1898 and passed in 1967. And he is, hey Renee, he is, he prided himself on creating artwork that made you think. He liked to challenge the viewer's perceptions of reality. This one, here's something cool to know. This painting was used by CBS to create their logo. And the interesting thing about that is that someone asked him how he felt about that, and he said he was kind of nonchalant about it because he felt like this was a painting and that was just a symbol. So I thought that was interesting. But the clouds within the sky, that's an iconic Magritte. Here's another painting. Here's another famous painting. Whoops, I already did that one. This one, I liked it because it had a quote, but the quote on the painting says, "This is not a pipe." I thought that was funny. So his style is surrealist. So all of his art is all about looking and thinking about that everything is open to interpretation. He had a famous apple. Let me see. I thought I saved a picture of that. He had a famous green apple. Well, he used it here, but he had a painting that was just the green apple. And the Beatles used that image they were inspired by their Apple Studios, which I thought was, I thought that was, there's last week's artist. Fascinating. That great art touches our lives in so many ways. So here are some of his great works. The Lovers is kind of a fascinating painting because you know what, I didn't show you that one, but it is two people kissing, but they're not kissing because their heads are covered. It's kind of fascinating. Son of Man, that's the one I just showed you. The Treachery of Images. The False Mirror, that's the eye. The Man in a Bowler Hat. The Therapist, and The Listening Room. And so, what I wanted to, so you can create however you want. And he does have lots of quotes that I will share the one that I used on my sketch. So I sketched out the man in the bowler hat, and then I put a flower because that's very me. So I'm gonna just so you don't have to draw a face, so that's comforting, right? Because faces are hard. So is my music too loud? Sorry about that. I just drew the top of my bowler hat. Let me show you. So I just drew like kind of a half of an oval right here, right? And then I just drew the basic lines here. So I had an idea of where I was going with that. And then you can draw whatever you want to cover your face or to cover the man's face. And then shoulders and a neckline. I haven't figured out exactly what I'm going to do here, but I did want to put a quote on here. The purpose of art is mystery. Isn't that good? But here's another quote in case you are wanting something different. Art evokes the mystery without which the world would not exist. That's another good one too, isn't it? So is everyone, so I was thinking that, whoops, I lost you. I was thinking that it might be cool to do, yes, Magritte is, I'm telling you, he's just amazing. He's just amazing. And so, you know, it was so fascinating because he lived in such a bohemian world. Like he kind of hung out with Salvador Dali, and who was the most non-traditional person. Magritte was married to the same woman for 45 years. He lived a very different kind of life than some of his fellow artists. And he painted most often in a suit. Is that the craziest? So, think about, so I was thinking there's three that would be the easiest for us to kind of play with. The man in the bowler hat, I thought, was the one that we could adapt to ourselves the easiest, because you could put whatever you wanted in the center of this, right? And to cover the face. Or the eye, right? The false mirror, that might be fun to play with. And the treachery of images, which is the pipe. Those are the three that I thought, those might be the most fun to like just fiddle around with. So what is everybody feeling like? What are you feeling like you want to, I don't know. How are you feeling? I think so, Gretchen. I think so. Now please, look we're all sitting around our kitchen tables in our yoga pants and t-shirts. So I am going to start to ink mine up and then erase my pencil lines. So if you have any questions or you want to talk about stuff, let me know. Hey Sharon, how are you? Well, then you do this idea. You do you, Denise, right? I just thought the bowler hat man might be fun because, you know, you could, he was certainly famous for, he put birds in front of his face. He put apples in front of his face. He put, you know what I mean? And it doesn't have to mean anything. That's the thing about Magritte, is that I'm absolutely doing bright colors because why wouldn't I? Hey, Annalisa. So remember, I taught you that if the higher up you hold your pen, the looser your line work is, and that is just kind of lends itself to a more organic feel, I think. It is so iconic. It's just, you know, I think that art appreciation is so important. And I think people think that it has to be more highbrow than it really is. And I think that people, that it is more, that you would know an artist's work more than you think you would. You know? Never heard of what, Denise? The Man in the Bowler Hat? But have you seen it? Or about holding your pen up high? Like the more you, yeah, if you just hold your pen a little bit higher, I think, because you don't have as much control as if you're holding your pen down here, right? If you hold it up high, you're going to have nice loose lines. And we just want like an idea of where everything is, because then we're going to add color and who knows what else, right? So now I'm going to do the same kind of thing with the top of my bowler hat. And bowler hats are so fun, aren't they? I just thought that that was a fun, it's fun to draw. Well, today's the day to bust out, Denise. So because I haven't figured out exactly what I'm doing down here for my shirt, I'm just going to leave it. So I'm going to erase my lines like from here up, so that I can kind of fiddle around with color and, remember, we are just being inspired by Magritte, so we can do we can choose our colors that are appealing to us, that are aesthetically pleasing to us, right? We're just being inspired by him. So you want this to be your Magritte inspiration piece, right? So I'm feeling like, oops, there's one petal I missed. And if you go over your lines a couple of different times, you're going to have that sketchy look. Hey, Wendy Stamps Up. How are you? You look like you're brand new here, because I don't remember Wendy Stamps Up before. So if you would, every Saturday I hold this class. And it's an art journaling class where we study an artist every week. So every Saturday from noon to 1 Arizona time at Corbiere-Scott Designs Facebook. If you would follow me at Corbiere-Scott Designs on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, I would greatly appreciate it. So today we are talking about René Magritte. And we are doing, well, you could certainly be inspired by any of his iconic paintings, but I'm doing Son of Man, the man in the bowler hat, so to speak. But you could do the false mirror, which is the big iconic eye with clouds behind the iris. Oh, very cool, very cool. Okay. Yay! But what's your last name for real? You should always sign in because this is the greatest little group. I'm telling you right now. We just have the best time. Okay, I remember. So I'm feeling like I want to, yes. I remember, Wendy. So are you here? Did you come down or are you still in Canada? Have they opened the borders? So I'm going to, I think I want to paint I want to paint this kind of like a Gerber daisy. So I'm feeling like, I wondered if the border was still closed. I wondered. I'm going to use kind of a bright pink. Yeah, I'm just mixing up a little bit of that. I'm getting some water. Painting some petals. Just laying down a little bit of color first. And then we can continue to build that color as we go along. So that's kind of cool in this, I'm trying to remember who has this same art journal as me. If you just do like a watery wash, but still have a little bit of paint on your brush, that's kind of cool because then you can see exactly where you laid down some color. And then pull some more of that color and lay down a little bit more. There you go, Renee. So do you see, like, because remember we've had some challenges sometimes with watercolor not blending, but if we put some water down first and then add some color, that's kind of cool. And I kind of like it because it's a little bit hazy. And I just want to get a base of color down. I'm loving that. Loving it. So everybody else, how are you doing? Are you sketching? It is the Creative Journal by Diane Reevely. Now I feel like I want to do the center of my flower like this nice goldenrod. Oh, you're welcome. That's pretty. But now I'm kind of thinking about, like, do I want to do my bowler hat? Do I want to do it typically like kind of a dark gray? Or do I want to do it something different? I don't know. Maybe I'll do the dark gray. Because then I can like then it's gonna make the flower pop. And that's like a little nod to Magritte. So I'm going to mix some gray with some black over here. So I get like a nice, I want it to be kind of a, tweedy gray, if that makes sense. Hi, Debbie Jones. Which one do you have, Renee? Do you have the big one or the little one? So I'm going to do the same thing, Renee, where I'm just going to do a water wash first. And it's dirty water, so you know, I can see where I'm painting. And then I'm going to come in with my dark color and just do a watery wash of color. But you want to be able to, I think, you don't want to come in too dark, because when you're too dark, then it makes creating dimension more difficult. Do you know what I'm saying? Like it, if you go with a lighter, it was a hard decision. I agree. But I have, like, you know, I won't even admit out loud how many art journals I have. Many. I just love them so. So I wanted this to be a light enough blacky gray, kind of a charcoal gray, that I still had room for adding deeper shades to add dimension, where I could add lighter shades for dimension. Do you know what I'm saying? So what is everybody else working on? I'm dying to know. Are you working on an eye? Are you working on a man with the bowler hat? If you are doing the man with the bowler hat, what are you putting in front of the face? You can do whatever you want. Don't you love that? Don't you just love that? Okay. What are you inspired by, Christine? What do you think? Oh, thank you, Christine. That's so nice. I'm glad. And shouldn't we all just fill our life with a little nice, you know? I'm feeling like I kind of, like in my head. Shut up! That's a great idea. Ooh, a pumpkin. Ooh, I was just thinking that, Keels. That would be great. So I was feeling like I wanted to, tell me this is crazy, but I was feeling like I want to draw the, hey Charmaine. I'm feeling like I want to draw a t-shirt that says his quote. What do you think? Man of 2020. That's a great idea. Ooh, coffee cup. That's a good idea too. Right? It could be whatever we want. So I'm feeling like while my hat and flower are drying, I kind of work on my t-shirt idea. Oh, did you take the ornament class? No, you were here last week, weren't you? So, oh, speaking of the ornament class, I wanted to let everybody know that we are thinking about doing something similar in the spring. Would you all be interested? Wouldn't it be fun? And I'm just going to tell you, almost every artist has already said, yeah, let's go. Me too. I think we'll have ourselves a time. Hey, Catherine, how are you? We're doing Rene Magritte today. Right? Exactly, Keels. Exactly. So I'm going to show you a little creative lettering trick. So my quote is, the purpose of art is mystery, right? You never know, Lori. So, whenever you're doing a quote, when you're kind of lettering a quote, think about what the star of the show is. The star of the show is art, right? So the star of his quote is art. So the purpose of art is mystery. So I made art in great big letters. And then under here, I'm going to do another font is right? I don't know. I'm just fiddling around here. This is why we love pencils, isn't it? And I'm just going to tell you something, Annalisa. She always misbehaves. Yes, exactly, Catherine. You're always misbehaving. But can you see why I fell in love with her? Come on. We had ourselves a time, didn't we? and still continue. I don't know how I want to do this. This is causing me more dilemma. Absolutely, Denise. Rene, R-E-N-E. Magritte, capital M-A-G-R-I-T-T-E. I feel like I want this to kind of look typewriter-y. This other... You hear Sophie? She's like, I'm not having it. You're making art without me. She usually is under my feet. How's everybody doing? You know what? I'm sorry. I just get myself lost in drawing or painting or whatever. Then I think, did 5 minutes pass since the last time I said something? I hope not. But if not, if that's the case, say something to get me out of my daze. Oh, I'm loving this. How about you guys? What are you creating? What are you drawing? What are you, tell me. Is anyone doing the eye? Yeah, so that's the beauty of hand lettering, right? You can create mixing as long as you don't mix too many fonts, you're fine. So I used to teach a lettering class once a month, and I will start to do that again. I have Keels. Crazy. So I'm thinking about doing that, teaching that again, but online. I only have 20 minutes left. Good Lord. How did that time go so fast? So in that lettering class, I teach lots of, like, I teach you some different fonts to hand letter, and the composition of hand lettered fonts, like of how to compose hand lettered quotes, how to what fonts to mix, what fonts not to mix, that kind of thing. I know. I love mixing up capitals and lowercase. Keeps people guessing, right? And you notice that these are not exact letters at all. They're nice and loose, real sketchy. That helps with the need for perfection. Art is mystery. That's good, right? I love that. I thought that was like the best quote. But I told you the other one that kind of just, I mean, there's certainly many, but art evokes the mystery without which the world would not exist. Ain't that the truth? All right. So these, we could do a couple of things. Because how many minutes do I have left? But just know that we can, please make sure that you ask to join the Let's Get Artsy with Anne Corbiere-Scott private Facebook group, because that's where we share our creations and this lovely sense of community and friendship. And then that's how we kind of keep it going, right? We all share what we created and how we interpreted the theme of the week. You know, it's just the most lovely. It's the most lovely group. So be sure to follow me here at Anne Corbiere-Scott Designs on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. And so you know what's happening in the artsy world of Anne Corbiere-Scott Designs. We always have something fun going on. Like these, I'm feeling like if you draw just the base of the letter, we could make these something fabulous. We could fill them in. We could do all kinds of things. We could make them have some feet. Oh, excuse me, again. There must be something going on in this house. Hey, did everybody see that The Crown is coming back tomorrow, I think, tomorrow night? How fun is that? You know, during the COVID, we're so excited when there's something new to watch on TV, aren't we? And I just, thanks, Jamie. I just love that show for like so many reasons. Number one, my mother-in-law is British, and so that's fun. And I just like to watch the art of the show, you know? Like there's so many Lori. It's not the COVID, I promise. It's just some kind of, Jeff's stirring up all kinds of things in the yard. Poor thing, out there toiling away. Not really. He went to a truck show now, so he's happy as a clam. I like the clothing and I like the art. Oh, darn it. Whoops. I erased too fast. I got rid of my tea. But that's kind of what I look for everywhere. We went out for, so my husband has a 67 Mustang. And we, for his birthday last weekend, we went for a ride in it. And we haven't gone for a ride in it in many years. And that used to be our thing. Well, for a long time, it was our only mode of transportation. But anyway, we went for a long ride and we went out to breakfast. And I'm just going to tell you, it was the worst breakfast I've ever had. And I should have sent it back, but I never send food back. But then I just ate the toast because everything else was kind of gross. But anyway, be that as it may, I started taking pictures of, like, a lot of the stores weren't open. Number one, it was early Sunday morning. And number two, it's in the middle of a pandemic. But I'm telling you, I took pictures of a million different fonts, some cactus, some flowers, you know, inspiration is everywhere. So like when I watch the Crown, that's the kind of stuff I look at, like how they, you know, color combinations that might be different than here in the States, or patterns or fonts, those kinds of things. How am I doing on time, Keels? I need to figure out how I'm going to put his name. I know, it's always weird, isn't it? It's weird. The whole, I think I'll do his name. It's change of seasons, I guess. And he's probably stirring up dust out there. Renee. 10 minutes left. Okay. Ta-da! Now I really want to fiddle around with the flower a little bit more. like the, start to shade it a little bit more and build it. So let's see. I think I used this pink here. But remember, on this substrate, I don't have a lot of time for blending. So I need to be, so I can deepen my colors here, but I need to pounce that out right away. Right? My blend. So like this petal is underneath, so we know that's going to be deeper under there. But we want to pounce out that edge right away because we don't have a lot of time. Remember, just learn to work with what you have. Whatever substrate you're working with, whatever color mediums you're working with, just know their limitations and their possibilities. Oh, it's looking so pretty. Sorry, you guys. Trying to not blow my nose in front of you. So we're going to do that. Rinse our brush and then tap it off on our paint cloth, and then come in with our damp brush to blend out the edge, right? We're just going to keep blending it out. Even though we may deepen the shade in the center, the more we just blend it out, blend it out, blend it out, the smoother our transition will be, our gradation will be smoother. And just know, because we're using lots of water, we might need to I know. Gosh, Annalisa, isn't that the stinking truth? I have some cute masks though, you know? I was like, if I'm wearing a mask, I mean, I'm wearing a mask because I don't want to get sick. I don't want anybody I know to get sick. I don't want anyone to get sick, you know? But I was like, if I'm going to wear masks, I want them to be cute. So I have some friends who are making some cute ones. And I support a couple of small businesses. I got one from Mexico. You know, they're like the new fashion statement, aren't they? I'm kind of digging it. If you think about Magritte's paintings, a lot of his stuff was quite realistic, with just this playful tone, you know? I mean, the pipe looks quite realistically a pipe. The eye is drawn in a very realistic manner, but it has clouds behind the iris. I mean, really study his work. It's quite, I'm telling you, he just the most, just the most intriguing artist. That he was such a, that he looked at ordinary objects in such an extraordinary way. And that he created unexpected, often almost like dream-like imagery that you see and you just, you know, people think that surrealism is like, grown-ups often find it weird or kind of crazy, but kids love it. And what does that tell us? You know what I mean? That kids see the burst of imagination. Oh, here's another weird thing about him. He grew up in Belgium, and his mother was quite depressed, like horribly depressed, and committed suicide when Rene was only 13. But they say that the thing that affected him most was certainly the suicide, but the years that he grew up around in the presence of all of that depression. Isn't that kind of it's just a thought-provoking thing to think about, that he, you know, that his art came from such a an interesting place, you know? I'm kind of like, what color am I going to paint this t-shirt? I don't know. I'm dying to see what all of you are doing. Oh, absolutely, Keely. Absolutely. That it's, you know, and I think oftentimes the families are overlooked and the loved ones are overlooked. I mean, I think certainly the person affected the most is obviously the what do I want to say? I don't want to say patient, but you know what I mean. Hey Evie, how are you, honey? Can I tell you, Evie is Catherine's beautiful daughter, who I just, oh my gosh, I fell in love with her as a little girl, and I fell in love with her all over again as a grown-up. But in my mind, she's still, you know, just that cute little blondie that played at the wedding. Oh gosh, she was just darling. And she's just now she's statuesque and beautiful. So let's see. I'm feeling like maybe like a green t-shirt. That might be cool. Ha ha, Catherine. Ha ha ha. I'm thinking green might be fun because it's opposite of the color wheel of the pink. That might be cool. Like a lime green. What do you think? All right, Keels. It just seems like it goes so fast, doesn't it? Ooh, teal. Pretty Renee. That sounds nice. That sounds nice. And then I could do lime green in my lettering. The Possibilities are endless. I adore you all. I'm so grateful that you join me every week and that we continue to make amazing art and study amazing artists, and that you keep coming and spending time with me. Well, thank you, Miss Evie. All is well here. All is well. I adore you all. I'm so grateful. I can't wait for you to join me on Tuesday for a pop-in paint party. We will have something fun to play with again, even more painty fun. I am going to go take an allergy pill and then scrunch up something for lunch in this place. I adore you all. Thank you so, so much. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.